Здравствуйте. Не слышно.
Здравствуйте.
Цезарь, будь любезен, скажи, пожалуйста, вот ты очень хорошо рассказал о Ганеше, но ведь у Шивы с Парвати еще был и сын, и дочь. И причем у старшего сына как бы был очень беспокойный ум. Вот не мог ты немного бы вот еще об этих двух персонажах рассказать?
Shiva and Parvati, they had two more children, a son and a daughter, and the oldest son, he had a very unstable mind. Could you talk about it?
No.
Нет.
I don't know the rest of the story.
Я не знаю всю остальную историю.
Спасибо.
I really don't know.
Я правда не знаю.
The question is if your mind is stable.
Вопрос в том, состоит спокойный ли у вас ум.
See, I don't speak about these things like to go on elaborating about the Hindu scriptures, right?
Я не говорю об этих всех вещах, потому что с целью просто поговорить об индийских писаниях.
Because otherwise it will be like having a conversation about characters of a story, right? Well, the characters of a story. Otherwise, it will be, well, what does it mean this? What does it mean this? Why does it have a steady mind and all?
В первом случае мы бы разговаривали о персонажах, которые
Is your mind steady? That's the question.
Спокоен ли ваш ум?
It's better to speak about. It's better to speak about your mind.
Лучше говорить о своем уме.
And not even to make it steady.
И даже дело не в том, чтобы делать его спокойным,
But to realize that it doesn't actually exist.
но лучше осознать, что его не существует по сути.
The mind, ego, or individual is the same.
Ум, эго, индивидуальность – это все одно и то же.
There are three names for the same entity.
Три названия для одной и той же сущности.
It's an imaginary entity.
Воображаемая сущность.
The individual is imaginary.
Индивидуальность воображаемая.
The world is made out of energy.
Мир сделан из энергии.
The world is manifested energy as a world. Yeah?
Мир – это проявленная энергия.
The mind is also made out of energy.
Ум сделан также из энергии.
The mind is thought.
Ум – это мысль.
So energy itself is an illusory power.
Энергия сама по себе – это иллюзорная сила.
It's an illusory power within one's own self.
Иллюзорная сила в вашем «я», которая содержится.
As oneself, as the self, as that which
В вашем
sees.
«я» как в том, что видит.
So the world is illusory.
Мир иллюзорен.
The mind is illusory.
Мир,
Right?
извините, ум иллюзорен.
And the energy that it was used to manifest all that is an illusory power.
И энергия, которая создала все это иллюзорная сила.
But there is no denial of any of it.
Никто не отрицает ничто из этого.
The fact that it is illusory or not real, that doesn't mean that it doesn't actually exist. It is there.
Факт того, что это иллюзорно или нереально, не говорит о том, что оно не существует. Оно все есть.
What is denied is that all that has a separate entity, are separate entities. See, that they
Мы
have
говорим о
separate
том,
existence.
что все это не существует отдельно.
So the individual doesn't have separate existence.
Индивидуальность не существует отдельно.
There is no separate individual self.
Это не отдельное индивидуальное «я».
The mind is nothing but thought.
Ум — это не что иное, как мысли.
The mind doesn't die as such.
Ум как таковой не умирает.
It is realized for what it is.
Вы просто осознаете, что он такой и есть.
A thought, but not a self.
Это мысль, но не какое-то «я».
It's an energy form, that's all.
Это форма энергии,
It's a subtle form. Right?
тонкая форма.
The world is a gross form.
Мир — это грубая форма.
What is important here is to understand that all that exists only because there is something there that sees it.
Важно понимать, что все это существует только потому, что есть что-то, что видит все это.
Or because there is the existence of something that is aware of it or awareness of it.
Существует что-то, что осознает это.
And who is aware of all that?
Кто осознает?
Я.
Good. Everything is oneself.
Все является вами.
Because so most people know not you anymore because it seems that you got kind of a glimpse. Most people, not you, because it seems that you got a flash. I'll explain.
Okay,
Because I haven't finished it. Okay, I will. Well, let me look it over. So we are aware of oneself as the world, because the body is the world. Can you see? Is the world. You see, this is part of the whole picture. See? It's not a part, but so to speak. The body is the world.
Мы осознаем себя как тело или как мир, потому что вы видите, вы уже понимаете, что тело является миром, частью всей вот этой картинки.
So we are aware of oneself as the body or the world.
То есть мы осознаем себя как тело или как мир.
We are aware of oneself as the mind.
Осознаем себя как ум.
or the apparent individual self,
кажущееся индивидуальное я,
or individual soul.
индивидуальную душу.
We are aware of oneself as energy. Some people can feel the energy within.
Мы осознаем себя как энергию.
But only few are aware to be also aware of being that which is aware.
Но совсем немногие осознают, что они также являются тем, что осознает.
All that is indivisible.
Все вот это вот неделимо.
In reality, there is only one self.
На самом деле есть только ваше я.
That means the world,
Это означает, что мир,
the individual, and the
индивидуальность,
energy that was used to bring all that into existence
энергия, которая использовалась для того, чтобы создать все это,
are not separate from oneself.
не отдельно от вашего я.
We like to say the world, the individual, and the energy that was made, used to manifest all that are not separate from the body, see?
Потому что сказать, что мир, энергия и ум, все это не отдельно от тела.
They are not three separate entities.
Это не три раздельные.
These three fingers are the body.
Эти три пальца — это тело.
Can you see that?
Видите?
They are not united also with the body.
Они не объединены.
They are the body.
Они есть тело.
So all that is the self, one's own self.
Все это есть вы.
Yes, then we start.
Не слышу. Играй.
Я все поняла, спасибо большое.
I understand.
Это как в детстве у нас, ну, я человек старый достаточно, у нас не было игрушек, и мы сами, как сказать, делали куколок и играли с ними, а потом эта куколка, получается, что начала руководить мной.
It's like when we were children and we didn't have any toys, we made our own dolls, whatever. And then now this doll is, it took control over me.
It's just like that. We fall
Все именно так.
under the illusion of one's own illusory power.
Попадаем под этот вот обман нашей собственной иллюзорной силы.
Like a magician that put a spell on itself, not on...
Волшебник, который заколдовал себя.
You are something else.
Спасибо большое.
Oh, Claudia.
I'm coming with problems, Cesar.
You're having a problem.
I'm just, it's like I'm just crippled with anxiety with what's happening here. I'm
With the
just
problem.
pushed in Australia. Just-
What's it?
Just the anxiety is just too much. I know it's the mind, but I just wanted to.
There's a lot of pressure there, right?
It's terrible.
Do you still have your job?
Only just. It's just a tricky situation because I support my mother in South Africa. So
No job?
backed in a corner. You can't get a job here without. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't want to talk about the political side and all of that stuff, but just in myself. So,
Now, see who is going through all that now.
yeah.
Have a look. We can talk privately about the vaccination. We can privately talk about the other side, okay? Let's now deal with the mind. If there is any, right? So mind is the apparent subject of the experience, right? to whom something apparently is happening, right? And what is happiness appears to be a personal matter. Yes?
Yeah.
Huh?
This is the height of craziness.
Huh? So that's the whole point. The whole point is for people to go bananas, right?
I'm hoping it'll just explode and I'll come into some awareness of what's starting now. Yeah.
Then to whom this is happening?
Hmm?
Whom is this happening? To me, right?
Yeah, it's like,
Me means body, right?
yeah,
As long as me, I means body, troubles are there. That thought itself is a mind. It's a thought that identifies the body as a subject. That's the individual, a thought. And what is happening to the individual is also thought. You see from where all this thought arises, they disappear, at least temporarily. And we can have at least a break, see, from me. A break from me and Australia, the subject and the object. Australia is the object, and I am the subject of experience of what is happening in Australia, right? Australia and what is happening in Australia is the object of the experience, right? And I am the subject of the experience. And all that collectively is one thought. All that collectively is the I thought. From where this thought I arises, do you see what this thought actually is? And you realize that it isn't, or you see from where it arises. Huh? Saying it correctly?
Yes, correct.
How shall I? Can I say it's correct to say from where this thought arises?
Yeah.
And you realize that it disappears means it is realized to be a thought. It will not disappear forever. It is only a thought. Then this thought will no longer be a problem. Right? The mind, there will be no thought about problems, right? Maybe about solutions, if there is any.
Yeah.
There is no solution, still there is no problem, right?
No. My mind's been looking for this solution
Yes.
for weeks. For
Yes.
weeks. Same thing, same thought, on and on, on and on.
You see, there is a problem, right? If you stop thinking there is a problem, you will be surprised how the problem will disappear. What appears to be a problem will disappear, or you find another way, or something will happen, right?
Have you moved, Caesar?
Yeah, we moved to the new flat on the weekend. Yeah.
Looks beautiful.
Yes. It's a bigger space for the same price.
Mm. Thank you, Caesar.
No, no te vayas.
Thank you.
Uh, 1 second.
Yeah.
This is not a question that we do only once or when we are in trouble.
Yeah.
It's something that has to go on all along the awakening state. See, that prevents you that when something, when the crap hits the fan, this situation that they are hectic, we are already into that mood, right? The inquiring mood, the self-awareness mood, right? Because the self that we are looking for is not one self. There's an absolute, right? Everybody is self-aware already as the self, but it's just mistaken to be limited to the body, that's all. Because when there is no thought, that means there is no mind. Still, one is self-aware, right?
And then, like, whatever action arises on its own.
On its own. All
Yeah.
this is, everything is happening on autopilot.
Yeah.
What we call life is a spontaneous manifestation of energy patterns that existed in a potential state, and some of it is manifested as the universe. It's an infinitesimal part. It's an infinite amount of possibilities yet to come. So if we step out of the mind, anything can happen. Everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. Right? One self is already aware of life situation collectively or personal, right? If we are just aware of the situation, right, and the situation is not perceived as separate from oneself, then the miracle can happen without making the slightest effort.
So is there effort required?
Sorry?
No effort required.
No, because oneself is already effortless. Oneself exists effortlessly.
Yeah. I mean, I've had friends who say you create your reality, you're responsible for your reality.
Forget about that.
Forget it. Then I give myself a hard time.
Forget about conscious manifestation. Forget about that.
Yeah, it's
No need to bother, because what you want to manifest consciously is something that you know. You cannot manifest what you don't know, can you? So if the mind is there, then the mind will play with that.
yeah.
Okay, I will manifest an entity that is not even conscious of itself, that is not even self-aware. So it says that consciously will do something about something, right?
Yeah.
Can't. So
It's
what is
exhausting.
going to manifest or try to manifest is another idea. Okay? Because you can choose only from the past, you can choose only from the known, right? That will be, I want more of what I know. So I will choose from some pleasant memories, right? And trying to bring that into existence again. That is not, this is reincarnation in another form. Is to bring the past again into the present. I want to recreate, reproduce, react, reincarnate in that experience, right? Because that is myself. If that stops, then what comes you don't even know. It's a lie that you never know what are you thinking, what are you saying, or what are you doing, because it's new. It's a new possibility. And at the same time, one become aware that doing is being, right? Because being and doing are not two separate entities. What is happening and awareness of what is happening are one and the same. So that means that there is neither happening or awareness of nothing. There is in that state you don't know.
Yeah.
In that state there is not knowingness, there is only the isness. If you don't think about the problem, right, which appears to be an object, right, there is a mental blemish, right? We blame something or someone to be responsible either of my misery or my happiness, right?
Yeah.
Then if I remove the attention from the object to the subject, who is the subject, Caesar, I, the body, right? Then I'm not thinking about the problem. I'm not thinking about the person. I'm not thinking about the vaccine. The whole story is there. I just don't think about it, right?
Yeah.
So the object disappeared, right? Not the situation, the thought about it.
Yeah.
Then the subject is alone there. But the subject without the object cannot exist. And the object without the subject cannot exist neither. And then the subject collapses. And the whole situation merges in the self. And from the self, something will come, right? From the self, yourself. See, we get to know that.
Yeah.
Then something will come up that you have no idea how it came up. Because the self doesn't even know what it's doing and how it's doing what it's doing. Right?
Yeah.
But somehow, see, I remember Ramana Maharshi saying that just keep quiet. And even if life presents itself in a challenging way or in the form of a problem, you will find yourself like cutting through that, right? Like a knife cutting through butter. And the piece of butter will be there, life will be there, situation will go on presenting themselves, right? So somehow we go through that smoothly, right?
Yeah.
And the very situation that it may appear a problem to someone else, right? For you remain somehow unaffected by it. Oneself is always unaffected by it. It is only the appearance that one is affected by it, and that's the mind. Oh, this is bothering me. Oh, I am affected. Oh, this produces an impact on me, and I'm affected by that terribly. All that is thought, right? You say, my God, all that is thought. I can't wait for his friend to come back from the school. That's my experience. I don't know. I found myself in situations that you cannot even imagine, and this is still is safe from any of it. I just will tell you a short one. I was in another country and the organizer became a little bit silly and thought that because a person was paying for my tickets and all the story, the person could do with me whatever that person wanted. And I was like a puppet that that person bought and could use me and manipulate me and control me and take advantage of nothing. And I make sure that the person was aware that I'm sorry. I am not on sale or on rent. On sale or on rent. Not something that you can buy or rent, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that person said to me, okay, get out of my house. And I say, okay, just give me 20 minutes, half an hour, right? So I was in a country which language was very difficult. I wouldn't be able to speak the language. That country didn't speak English properly. The people in that country. I was in the middle of the forest. I wouldn't even know how to go from there to the main road. It was freezing cold winter. I'm from South America. Never been in such a winter in my life. It was the first time.
Yeah.
I say, okay, I will go, and I pack my things and I put my suitcase just ready to go. And I say, give me half an hour. And I sat on a sofa and just kept quiet. So what are you going to do? I said, nothing. Just give me half an hour. Somehow I came up with that. And I sat there on the sofa, and after 20 minutes, somebody knocked the door of the house. And that was one of the person that was attending to the talks. And I said, I don't know, I just felt that Caesar needed something. And I came to see what can I do? And I said, yes, I need a place to stay. I said, come, for sure, you can stay in my house in the meantime. And I stand up and say goodbye and thanks to this person, right? And I say, this, you see, right, how you learn a lesson. Right? So you are doing this, and if you try to put me in a situation where you even believe that I'm going to be in control, or the fact that I will struggle, and not even that, you're in control of your stupid mind. and I move on, right? And I can write books. Joseph was experiences similar like that. I want, of course, but for you to know that it works somehow.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
The pillar? I don't know. Because you said you were not going to use it, right? You were going to eat the cucumber just like that. It is up there, you won't be able to reach. Maybe you can get it for him. What are you going to eat? An apple. The subject, and this is what the mind is the mind is this imaginary, right? This illusory subject-object relationship. See? As if the subject is separate from the object. See? I am the subject, whatever else is the object, right? I am experiencing everything else as separate from myself. Therefore, this is happening to me or not happening to me, and I am affected by that in one way or another, right? Even the thought I am not affected is still it is being affected. If the real non-affected is not the thought I am not affected, it's beyond that. So the self, by the means of energy, manifests the world and manifests the mind, is what I was trying to explain to the lady before. The universe is an energy form. The mind is an energy form. It's all this is emanating from within oneself. And then, because all that is oneself, right? Because oneself is manifest and beyond, right? And because all that is one and the same, the only way that the Absolute can experience its own manifestation objectively, right, is to create an imaginary self. Because this universe arose from oneself, for oneself, to oneself. But without a subject-object relationship, right, nobody can say, oh, that's a nice lemon juice, right? That's a thought, right? When somebody appears to be experiencing something as a separate entity, as if it was separate. See, I'm separate from the juice. I'm here, the juice is there, and now I am going to experience the juice. In reality, the body, the juice, and the whole universe is an indivisible mass of manifest energy. They are not even separate objects or connected. All this, everything is connected, nothing. It's one mass. So the whole story is absolutely and completely imaginary. It's an image. No?
Yeah.
So we don't have to change what is happening. We have to stop thinking about what is happening. And the rest is voila. I mean, you can become aware of the situation, obviously, and you say, oh my God, look what is happening here. Right? And that's it. There's a thought that just refers to the fact, that's it. And then after that, it disappears. My God, I need to extend my visa, and I don't have the $25,000 in the bank account to prove that I can stay here for 1 year without working illegally, and then that law changed. Everything just gonna happen by itself, I'm telling you. Remember Ramana Maharshi story? When a big party of people were coming to the ashram and everybody was freaking out because Ramana said, the first thing that you must do when people come to see me is offer them food and shelter, right? Refreshment. They're coming from far away, so let them cool down, eat something, and then I can talk to them, right? Like a good host. Right? Everybody was freaking out because there was nothing to offer to them. There was only a small portion of rice, and that's it. And perhaps not even enough for themselves. And Ramana kept quiet. Everybody was freaking out. Ramana kept quiet. He didn't say a thing. Right? No? He was very much aware of the situation, isn't it? He freaked out. He was not thinking what to do or not to do. He was just quiet. What happened next? He went to the kitchen and started cooking the rice. Say, "Why are you crazy?" People say, "What are you going to do with that?" He kept quiet. He was just stirring the rice. As he was cooking the rice, see, a donation of milk came, right? And then he put a little bit of milk on the rice. And then a donation of spices came, like cinnamon cloves and all. This is, you know what, to make like the sweet rice, right? Or a milk rice or something. Right? And then a donation of sugar came. Then somebody donates some idlis, the Indian dish. And then somebody donates sambar, somebody donates chutney, somebody donates even the banana leaf to put on the floor as a plate. At the moment that people arrived, everything was ready. So everybody was eating from what appeared from nowhere, right? And the sweet was cooked by the boss, and it was giving us prasad, right? Everybody was happy. So there is a demand for something, right? There is a need for something. What is needed to satisfy the need is already there in a potential state. That's no secret. No. It's there. But if the mind begins to try to find out, oh my God, it's going to be more mess, and the entanglement is bigger and bigger, it becomes more complicated, and more attachments, and more, oh good Lord, more please and thanks, and all that. Otherwise, it's just just to be oneself is enough. But to be oneself, we have to know oneself as that self, which is absolute. We know oneself as a relative. We know because everything is oneself. Now, if everything is oneself, what am I worried about? So we know oneself as the body or the world. We know oneself as the mind or the individual. We know oneself perhaps as the so-called inner field of energy or whatever it is, right? But we don't know oneself as the very source of all that.
Yeah.
So to know oneself is enough. Everything will follow. See? Like basically by default or something. Even the whole karma can be wiped out. The whole thing without me, for whom there is karma, destiny, free will, bondage, liberation, right? Birth, death, reincarnation. For whom is all that? For me. If this me collapses, the whole thing collapses with it. And the rest is like, woohoo, I don't know. What is next? I never know. But it's gonna be okay. The rest is a trip without mushrooms, without LSD. It's an organic, natural trip. It's hallucinating. We are hallucinating this. No problem. The hallucination is no longer a problem, at least for you. Apparently, the body said, apparently still you are encapsulated there, apparently. No?
Yeah.
It's like you apparently are encapsulated here, but you know that it's not true. That you are not only this, that you are all this. No? Benny, Benny, come, what are you doing there?
Still one apartment in the building.
It's in one. I'm trying to keep one for Thomas in January. Thomas is coming in January. Yeah, I wanted to book this apartment downstairs. Yeah, I told Thomas that I saw the apartment, very nice. It's a one bedroom, but it's big, and it has a kitchen.
If you won't use.
Huh?
Kitchen that you won't use.
A kitchen that he won't use. Yeah, because he eats your salad, bread, and cheese is what he eats. Even in the winter in Denmark. And papaya salad when he goes out here. He's such a nice guy. He's hilarious. Such a good friend too. Yeah, such a nice time last time. Man. See, there is somebody that should sing the one chicken wing is barely, barely can sing chicken wing because it was all, she's into chicken wings, I remember.
What's that?
I know, it was Tonka, sorry. It was Tonka. When we can sing Pad Thai, Pad Thai, Pad Thai, Pad Thai. I got sentimental. Not emotional, sentimental.
Cesar, you starting meetings again?
Huh?
You starting to have meetings in Phuket again? People coming to you?
Yeah, there is one person that came from Ukraine. He's
Okay.
now, yeah. It's interesting because the house that we were living were quite small. And because of the COVID, they say, okay, let's go to a smaller house. Actually, not smaller, but it was the same house than the other one. No, it was a little bit bigger than the previous one. But the previous one was bigger than the previous before that.
Okay.
And then I said, listen, nobody's going to come, right? So, bugger that. Let's go elsewhere. So we gave up also the big house, whatever the reason it was not necessary. But now, Thailand is basically open frontiers. Like, I think even the quarantine will, I think they understood that, see, this virus is not going to go and we have to carry on living,
Yeah.
right? You cannot just die, right?
Yeah.
And start business that we have been running forever. So they decided, I think that they said, just take the preventions, whatever amount of possible, and open the borders. And then Julia is here, right?
Yeah.
So with vaccine, no need quarantine. Without vaccine, then you need quarantine. But I think it's it was reduced to 1 week. Huh?
Yeah.
I don't think this madness is gonna take longer. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Everybody freaking out. See, the rehearsal. This is a rehearsal, and the result of the rehearsal will be negative, right? They will say, right, it's not working and it's not going to work and it's going to stop. That this is the last rehearsal. This is the last trial. Forget about it. Yeah. From here onwards, we're going to start being cool with each other. So yes, anybody can come. Here in the living room, you can put 30 people, you think? 1, 2, more, right? You can put. You can sit there in the hall. Right? For now, Julie is just having the whole space for herself there. You can even sit in a couch. See, behaviorless is you are an individual, knowing that you are not. So be fully convinced that you are not an individual. Or you are not limited to this apparent sense of individuality. Be like a sane person that was locked in a mental hospital. So to survive, you have to pretend that you are crazy, but you know that you are not. You go along with them. Oh yes, terrible. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Ah yeah, awful, awful. Yes, I heard about it. Yeah. Can you believe it? Oh God. Because if you tell them the truth, you will be in trouble. You will lose friends, family, and all that. What are you crazy? Why you are into spirituality or what? That's not going to change anything. We have to take actions, and we have to. Yeah. We have to. When is the next meeting? Just book me a seat or something. Is it gonna be food? About the vaccine, all that we can talk about later privately. Okay, we can organize a meeting here. When is the vaccination? The vaccination bottom line. Bottom line. Huh?
Yeah.
When is the last time that you? When is the last date?
About 5 days.
5 days. In 5 days. Okay.
Interesting.
I have you on Facebook. I have you on Facebook.
I don't, Caesar.
You on Facebook?
I don't have Facebook. Terry's got Facebook.
How come you don't have Facebook?
I don't like using technology.
Me neither, but what to do? I'm not using it anymore to post it. We are working on a website. I put out all that on a website. And if people are interested, they have to do just one click on the Facebook page, because people are lazy even to do. Oh my God, I have to go to our website now. Like it is like they go by foot or something, right? And it is 20, just one click away from it. Oh God, this is.
I could use Terry's Facebook.
Is he around?
He'll be around this evening.
Okay. What is the time there?
It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Caesar. So maybe
we can talk on Zoom as soon as we.
Or what about WhatsApp?
Oh, WhatsApp, you got my number?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Because Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I won't tell you here because I don't get it.
I can just put mine on.
I can send it to Terry, right?
Yeah.
You contact Terry and he can let you know, right? And then
Yeah.
we can organize something, okay?
What time, Caesar? I'll just text you from there. Yeah.
I'm in Australia now.
Yeah. When I get the number, I'll text you.
Oh yeah, but what is the time in Australia now?
It's 1 in the afternoon.
It's 1 p.m. Oh, here is 1 hour earlier, so cool.
So it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a hair. The cucumber is a hair. That's a formula that uses cucumber.
Thank you, Caesar.
Okay. And we talk about the rest.
Yeah.
Don't expect anything out of the inquiry also. Neither for something to change or for something, or even to know yourself. You are yourself already. You are not looking for oneself. You are looking for the self. When we look for the source, it's not because we're going to find the source. We are the source. We look for the source for the mind to disappear and to realize that we are the source. This is where people get trapped. Okay, I'm looking for the source, but I can find it. Right? How can you? How can a soul find anything? The mind is like a lost part. It's a thought. It's just, you know that saying? When somebody's looking for something, wandering around. I was told that in South Africa by my ex-mother-in-law. She was hilarious. I was walking around the house. I said, you look like a lost part. What happened? What are you looking for? Even time is at my feet. Everything is made out of energy. It's just energy. It's an energy form. It has no reality at all. As long as we believe this is real, right? That the mind is real, and they believe that oneself is limited to it, then all troubles will be there. Otherwise, what's everything is okay. It's like to spend the rest of your life like this. That's why the Indians do that like that. Okay. As soon as I finish, let me just send the number to Terry.
Okay.
Así the Russian speaking people want to Just any question? The Russian speaking people, if they have any questions.
Есть ли вопросы у кого-то?
Yes, then you have to put the zero. Yes, international code
166.
plus 66, then you have to put the zero, right? No, only when you do local you put the zero. When it's local you put the zero.
No, what's up with that? Let's see the
84, it's supposed to be 084.
Caesar, I could also write my number. I
84.
just don't know.
Should we plug
No,
it?
there's too many hackers.
No, should we-
If she tell me her number, the hackers will now have fun with
Oh,
her
okay.
number.
Okay.
Why we are avoid to share any kind of anything here, but it's
Yeah, okay. Okay.
it's 045, 011. Okay, he got it. I mean, I sent
Okay.
it to the.
All right. I'll try and get hold of him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Vaccination and come to Thailand. I'm joking.
Yes. Well, that's what I was thinking.
No. So, any other question? Maliki вопрос? Нет?
I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see each other. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow or tonight.
До завтра или до вечера.
You're welcome. Okay.